I wonder if any of you have a wise counsel in your life. When I say wise counsel, is that people in your life who are there and are there to give you guidance and feedback. They could be family members, they could be your teacher, it could be your coach, it could be your best friend. So, but they are consistent people who are there throughout your life journey. So I wonder if any of you have people like that in your life. And those who do not, you can just say no, right in the comments, okay? It is critical to have wise counsel, and it doesn't matter what stage of your life you are in. When you have this number of people who are there, okay? So when that big decision needs to be made, you can get feedback from them. Now, the fallacy that we should listen to everything what people say, okay? And the fallacy, the other thing, that you should just listen to yourself and God, that is two extremes, right? The main thing I realized is when I went through my life journey. Oh, can you hear it? Yes, my speaker is on, Nita. If you can't hear me, please let me know, okay? Yes, and if you can't hear, please restart the camera. Try restarting the video. Hi, Jacqueline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak again. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Nita. Thank you for joining in, okay? So I was speaking about wise counsel. So if you could not hear me, please let me know so I can repeat myself, all right? Okay, so at any stage of our lives, we need to have these wise counsel. And we can figure out, whether these people are useful to us truly with the intention for our good. And we have to keep our minds and our hearts open. We constantly be aware who these people are, whether it's family members, whether it's your best friends, whether it's your teacher, or whether it's a coach. Do not ever think that you should make a decision alone. And do not ever think that you should leave the decision to someone else completely. Now I meet, especially those in the Asian culture, like for example for marriage, they say, oh, you know, I've been broken-hearted. I've had this relationship, or multiple relationships that did not work. So now for this major decision, big decision of marriage, I just leave it to my family to decide. It's so common. But you know what? That is a totally wrong attitude. You know, how many times do we go through states of brokenness? I have multiple times. But that's part of the journey. And also part of the journey is to make decisions. Okay? We are in control of our decisions, but we are not in control of the outcome. The statement of surrendering to God is not surrendering to God to make the decision for you, surrendering to God for the outcome, and He will lead you to the way. But ultimately, the decision is yours, and we need to make decisions. In fact, decision making should be part of a habit that we need to develop. Many of us go through our whole life not developing the habit of making decisions, especially the big ones. And we can just miss out on great opportunities. Making a big decision is extremely risky. It can result in shame. It can result in loss, regret, Now, how many of you have not made a major decision and it turned out to be, all those things, all those feelings that came in? And how many times did that major decision was a total success? Okay? Now, what I want to say is that have this wise counsel and select these people wisely and correctly, and bring them along with you through your life journey as you make decisions. I would encourage having a coach as much as possible, someone who is totally outside of your system, your life system, and then also people in your life, okay? And people who see you professionally, people who see you personally, have that as part of your system. And then make it a habit to make decisions on a daily basis. As we make small decisions, when the big ones come in, we'll be able to deal with it much more easily. The other thing is that think of the statement, let your yes be yes and your no be no. So being half-half in a decision and later on 1 week later deciding that no, I'm not too sure, that is something which I've experienced myself, and it is detrimental many times. It's detrimental, is a time waster. It never makes you go through the door. It's like a half open door and you need to go through it. So let your yes be yes and your no be no. It's hard, which is why the wise counsel comes in to lead you to that correct yes and the correct no. And much as possible, same as I always reinstate, is spending as much time in prayer and meditation. Okay? With that, you will connect into your higher self and connect to God to guide you in the decision. Look into your dreams, look into the visions that come. Mostly they're symbolic, and you'll be able to figure out those meanings behind the dreams and symbols of those dreams and visions, because those symbols would be given to you because they resonate with you. I know people who have dreams almost every day because they ask for those dreams as they make major decisions in their lives. So go through that multifaceted approach, tapping onto the upper realms, getting guided by God, having a wise counsel with you all the time throughout the whole journey, and making a habit to make decisions by starting with small ones. Not allowing brokenness to push you away from taking decisions. And fifth is, when you make one, whether it's a yes or a no, sticking to it all the way. So, yeah, so practice those things. And I want to say one more thing about the wise counsel. The wise counsel are people with different attributes. They are encouragers also. Okay? If you notice people who encourage you and are very honest with you on your strengths and weaknesses, then you need them in your wise counsel. The altruists are people who want the best for you and they don't want anything in return. You need altruists in your wise counsel. Third, you need people who are your inspirers in your wise counsel. You see them as inspiration. They see you see them as your role model. So it would be great to have them in your wise counsel, so that they can spill over their qualities to you, and they can tell you what are the things that you have done wrong. So have that the person who is an inspiration in your counsel, or perhaps as your coach. Okay? And what else? For your wise counsel, you should have somebody who is going to cheer you on, okay, no matter what, and be there for you even when you fall down and made that wrong decision. They will be there to pick you up and not say that you're wrong, but just still cheer you on, because we are still human. I made many wrong decisions in my life. I have been at the state of yes, no, yes, no, yes, no for years. Okay? So this is why I say these things, because I learned my mistakes. But then again, it's not a mistake. A mistake is something which you repeat constantly, even though you know that it was wrong. So I would say I learned from my learning. A learning is something which you learned from, which is something a bad decision, and then you choose not to make it again. Okay? So these are the wise counsel attributes, and I encourage you to look at that and start having that into your life. Right? So I thank you very much. If you have any things you want to share privately with me on the major decisions you have to make in your life, write me a private message or write in the comments. Send me an email. I'll be happy to hear from you. My website is tahiraamirkhan.com, and YouTube channel, please subscribe to it, Tahira Amir Sultan Khan. Thank you very much.